Met Gala has highest media coverage in any given event on this planet, not even FIFA or World Cup.
I wait for it every year. I noticed that jewelry this year was phenomenal.
Wintour broke the protocol with Queen sitting next to her in a fashion show without removing her glasses.
That to me sounds absurd. Who gives these people power?
Glamorous fundraiser, quite a marketing genius, started with ticket price of $50 only. Currently, per ticket price sells for $75,000, and if you want to have a table at the gala, it's $550,000. Do you have something to say about the big break of emerald Priyanka Chopra wore?
It was the biggest emerald Bulgari has ever worked with. They created it for her, and she created her dress.
Diljit, he was wearing a legacy Cartier necklace. Cartier denied that we cannot give you the choker that he requested. Met Gala, where do I begin? This podcast is actually being recorded while Met Gala was ongoing, and I can't wait to bring everything gossip, jewelry, best attire, worst attire, what I felt looking at my community and what I felt about the world. I'm here to decode it all with lovely Tamara, who would be my gossip partner and podcast partner for today. And we're gonna pick Met Gala layers by layers. So before actually Met Gala started, I did some my own study. I call it homework, which I believe Taina and Lala should have done before going to Shah Rukh Khan. Well, I'll discuss this in length later on. But what actually this Met Gala was quite shocking to me. So it's glamorous fundraiser, quite a marketing genius movement by Wintour. If you know that she's a North Pole of fashion industry. And when she began this in 1985, if I'm not wrong, this actually started with ticket price of $50 only. Currently, per ticket price sells for $75,000. And if you want to have a table at the gala, it's $550,000. Can you imagine? Well, it's nothing to the kind of media coverage it gets. Do you even know that Met Gala has highest media coverage in any given event on this planet, not even FIFA or World Cup? Without wasting further time, I would love to introduce Tamara. If you have gone through my earlier podcast, we already did one podcast with her. She's an entrepreneur based in Dubai. She owns 3 jewelry brands over here, and she is over here to layer Met Gala with me. Hi, Tamara, again. Good to see you.
Hi, Krishna. Thank you for having me again. So good to see you.
Likewise, I was so excited to have this conversation with you. And when I was actually thinking of doing this, I was thinking, am I going out of the way? Or then I was like, no, certainly not.
Of course
It is an event that is getting attention of whole world, and why we as flag bearer of jewelry in UAE should be behind. So thanks for joining, and we already saw some coverage. Yes. And what do you feel so far?
Honestly, the day before we spoke, me and you, I was just going through, because I love the Met Gala. I wait for it every year. Like, I'm a girl like any other girl who loves fashion and loves to see what's new and what the theme was. And I loved the theme of this year. It was crisp, like, I loved the tailored looks, etc. And I think everyone was on point, because usually in the Met Gala, the celebrities like mess up a bit because they don't even know exactly sometimes what the theme is. It's usually like a pun.
Yeah.
So this year was really amazing. So I was going through all of these pictures, and then I noticed that jewelry this year was phenomenal. I don't know why. I don't know why there was a boom in jewelry. Like, it was part of the attire, if not half of it. And I was just thinking, like, this is so awesome. I want to discuss it with someone. And then you messaged me. I was like, yes, I'll do it. You know, I was very excited. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure's all mine. So you want to start with worst looks, you want to start with best look, you want to start with men's jewelry.
Did you notice like how nice the men's jewelry was this year? Like the watches as well, like they were phenomenal.
They were very mindful, by the way, with men's jewelry. Few of them went over the board, but I would say that platform is asking for it.
It's meant for that.
And honestly, I'm not supporting any sort of criticism, be it on anyone's look for that matter.
Yeah.
Because I personally believe that theme, the black tailored fashion, which they call dandyism, it's about how they used to dress back then.
Yes.
And it was their best way to show their status.
Yes, and Met Gala is about costumes. So you can't say, how can a man wear this? It's not about that. It's about like the whole look, the
Yeah.
piece. It's like a costume gala, so you have to go all out. Yes, I'm not accepting any criticism as well. Whoever
It
is.
was, but it was fun. I found few of them really overcooked,
Yeah.
and few of them like strictly sticking to the theme. What I loved about it, so I was reading while I was reading more and more, I was actually getting engrossed. So someone criticized the critic by saying that, okay, if he's not following the black tailored fashion or dandyism as they call earlier days, it's actually best way to represent your roots, represent your culture.
Yes.
Those days, to maybe afford a good fashion style or a tailored pant and a fitted shirt was considered as,
yes, a luxury.
however, maybe in their area and culture. But probably if you want to flaunt your own thing, you might come up with best jewelry. Or if someone from India coming would flaunt maybe their own culture,
Yeah.
wearing brocade or wearing expensive textile for
Yes.
that matter, let alone jewelry, was really considered as matter of status. And everyone did that. I was shocked actually that how they translated in their own way.
I like Isha Ambani's look, like all those gemstones in her cape was phenomenal.
It was indeed. I don't know, I might get lots of hate for saying this, but just the necklace and what she wore was more than good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But there was also Shah Rukh Khan with his Sabyasachi full look, right? Am I mistaken?
No,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
their first appearance on
It's
international platform.
amazing.
And I don't know, I'm finding so many funny reels about how Taina and Lala were interviewing all the celebrities about what they're wearing and what they're representing. They had no idea about if he's Shah Rukh Khan. So I see it as this way that if you follow the whole series, even Gigi Hadid and Annie Hathaway were asked their names, and I really don't find any, I'm not offended as Indian when they ask name of Shah Rukh, but I consider this as a part of slight homework when you're having at least
Exactly.
that level
Of course. Should at least do your homework.
do your homework. Yeah, that's
Yes,
such an
that's-
American thing
Yes.
to not to know outside your ecosystem.
Yes.
But yeah, I really loved. Even Sabyasachi was called Wasabi. Do you know?
Really? I was so lucky to meet him. I think 2 years ago he was in Dubai and he had his private collection
Wow.
shown in, I think, Beit Damas. And I was like such a fan, and I was like, "Hi, my name is Tamara."
I was so starstruck after I was in the event as well. You're talking about the same one-day event where
Yes, yes,
Sabyasachi
yes.
was with his private clients
with
and
his private
it was a
collection.
private viewing.
Yes.
I was there too. I was so starstruck
Too.
that I could not gather courage and go to him and
You
look
didn't?
at.
I gave him my business card. It's like, "Hi, I'm Tamar," and he's looking at me like, "How can I help you?" I was like, "I'm just a big fan." His jewelry is phenomenal. It's not art. It's beyond art. I don't know. It's beautiful.
But I'm so proud that they all made it to this level, and they already are big. Even
He
they
was already
appear in
big years ago.
Met Gala or no,
Yes.
they are at pinnacle of their
Yes,
career, I would
definitely.
say. And but yeah, I mean, he's known for wearing good clothes outside the event, and I found him. I don't know. I really don't want to say much, but they could have done slightly better with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think the focus was more about the jewelry and the layers. And I think that he wanted to present not just like the Indian type of jewelry, more like the modern look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was lots of meaningful jewelry, I would
Yes.
say, representing him as Shah Rukh Khan,
Yeah.
representing culture. There was lots of talisman, layered necklaces, chunky rings, animal, tiger head on his stick.
Yes.
Quite thoughtful, I would say. Can you rate the look?
I loved that look. It was very rock starry for me, so I'd give it an 8.
And who also deserve 8? Like any other guest which you found that
I loved so many looks this year. Usually I'm not, I don't find many looks nice, like overall. I loved Rihanna's look. Like Rihanna for me was top look. She was so chic. Her outfit was phenomenal. Even the tailoring was unreal. I believe she wore Marc Jacobs.
Yeah.
And I loved, she got it on point. Rihanna rocked Cartier so well with her outfit, and it was so crisp and clean and just stunning. I loved Dua Lipa's look. It was full Chanel. The jewelry was Chanel. The outfit was Chanel. It was also phenomenal.
Did you notice for a change she didn't screwed up this time? I'm talking about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, yes, but I didn't like her outfit at all. I don't know why.
I personally feel that she do it on purpose
I think
to be
so.
in
And I didn't
limelight.
like her face covered. It was very irritating.
I see again. My perception was total focus was on jewelry.
Yes, yes,
Again by
as well.
Lauren Schwartz.
Yes. But her outfit was tailored nicely, but I didn't like the alligator skin. Like I didn't like it. I didn't like the animal skin with the jewelry. I felt the jewelry was so classy.
Yeah.
I mean, Musayaf is phenomenal, and she had 3 layers of necklaces of Musayaf jewelry.
I know. I always call myself on. I think I have so far, after 40 podcasts, I've called myself biased in 20 podcasts. I honestly didn't bother about dress.
Okay.
You have all the right to
No, I
bother
know
about
what
the
you
dress,
mean. Yeah.
but honestly, as overall, full focus was on jewelry. You know,
Yes.
if I ever want a ram show to be done,
Yeah.
I would say that's a better way. You know.
I just get irritated when she wears those large pieces. I'm gonna hate it so much because in the Ambani wedding, she lost one big rock.
She dropped it.
How can she? I don't understand. How can you lose?
Maybe she again with her everything
Possible.
is so pre-planned
Yeah.
because she has cracked social media.
Yeah.
I think by now, whenever I see big controversy in
Maybe it's all
this part of the
marketing.
world, I don't know. I don't even feel it humanly at all. I feel it's so planned that
I agree with you.
because they've cracked social media way before it was cool. You know.
Yeah. I
You
think
and me are
it's
being
fun.
active on social media now when it's
Yeah.
actually Gen Z is
Yeah.
taking over.
You're right.
we are,
You're
she
right.
lost one big diamond while swimming, I believe.
That was pre-planned, but
But see, so
and,
many events of
yes.
losing diamonds.
Yes. You're right. Even when she got robbed in Paris, let's not talk about negative things.
It's not of a negative thing. Trust me.
It's
I
all,
can't.
yeah.
I
We don't
can't
know.
wait for a big publication to actually tell this on big screen that she has been doing this all on
Yeah,
purpose.
you never know. It's media.
But whatever you world say, this family made it out
Yeah.
of nothing.
I love them. I love them. I love her. I love her family. I'm a big fan of the Kardashians. I grew up watching the Kardashians with my sisters as well, and I can relate a lot. The fights, the bickering,
Yeah.
the happy times. So we are a bunch of girls as well like them. I want to move on to Zendaya's look, and
Yeah.
I loved Zendaya's look.
It was so sleek.
I love
loved
Bulgari.
thing
So
on her back.
yes,
the
that
snake brooch on
Bulgari
the back.
serpent was phenomenal. It was so small yet so subtle, and her outfit was phenomenal as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, she got so these were like my favorite pieces and my favorite outfits along with the jewelry.
I was quite disappointed by attire of Anna Wintour herself, as if I don't know she showed up in a birthday party. Like after kids can get ready, then my mom will show up and she can wear anything and show up. She could have done better. I don't know.
It's very strange. Her outfit, I believe, was Louis Vuitton, but I don't understand. I know her style is she loves those dresses and she's
Yeah.
classy, but I did not like her look at all. I loved the blazer, the long blazer, but the color was wrong. Baby blue does not match her, and it was just off for me. But I loved the brooch she had on. And I
That was
believe-
by Donna Jules.
yes, it was phenomenal. Her jewelry was phenomenal. That brooch was.
That brooch got
Was
the
the show.
limelight, maybe covered for her
Yes.
bad outfit.
Yes.
By the way, there are some really striking facts about Anna Wintour. I don't know if you're aware of.
No, not really.
So she's such a diva that she's pulling all this game. So I would say quite powerful in her game. Nobody dared to replace her for this long. And I was reading about her. Her one phone call can actually cancel any given fashion show in the
Of
world.
course, she's Anna Wintour.
And
Yeah.
you know why she wears glasses?
No, not really.
She don't want anybody to see her expression because she's very strict about who she's talking to, how much time she's spending with someone. She even broke the protocol with Queen by sitting next to her in a fashion show without removing her glasses.
Wow, but
Her trainees are not allowed to talk to her looking at her face. If you and Anna Wintour waiting for the lift, you're not supposed to enter that lift.
That to me sounds absurd. Like,
These are few crazy facts,
yes, it's
but
crazy.
these are really
But who
crazy.
gives these people power? This is what I always ask
She
myself.
created that part, Tamara. I
Yeah,
mean, if
maybe.
take some like 5 minutes and go through Wikipedia, I was quite shocked that okay, making your place in the industry is one thing, and then creating whole empire out of it is one thing.
Yeah.
Do you know Vogue is caking on Met Gala? It's not just an event.
No,
It's
they
it's a
make
it's a
money
big
off
cash
it, of
cow. They
course.
usually say that it's a fundraiser to support their Met Institute. However, live streams make money, which is like, and FIFA last soccer was USD 995 million. And I still think that FIFA is the only thing that's catching the eyeballs. I was not even sure these many people are interested in fashion, jewelry for that matter.
Jewelry this year. So I think jewelry now will, like, it's going to be part of the Met Gala for the years to come. By the way, do you know the story of Jacob & Co., how he started and how he became who he is?
Surprise me.
He was a jeweler. He used to repair jewelry for his sister. And
Wow.
he was intrigued by the intricacy of gold and jewelry. And he's from, I believe, Uzbek. He's Uzbek. And he made his way in the United States and he grew. And it's just a really nice story to see how where someone starts and where he becomes. There was also one jeweler called Samer Halime. I've been following him for years now, and he's based, I believe, in New York, and he's phenomenal. And I was so happy to see him on the blue carpet as well.
Talking about blue carpet, do you know, Tamar, it was made in Kerala, India?
Wow.
It was being made since 2023, if I'm not wrong, and it was 23,000 square feet carpet.
Wow.
Yeah, just for this event.
That's amazing. It shows you a lot about craft.
We are following and recording when actually Met Gala is ongoing. These brands do prepare well in advance.
They do. It's a big thing for them.
Do you have something to say about the big break of Emerald Priyanka Chopra wore?
That was massive, massive, like massive. That was my favorite look, to be honest. Her look, her outfit was Balmain. It was so chic, and even Nick Jonas, her husband, was so chic. That emerald went through. So I saw the sketches and the stages it went through. It's by Bulgari. It was called the Magnus, and it's 241 carats emerald. It was the biggest emerald Bulgari has ever worked with. So that was a piece, and they created it for her, and she created her dress according to the necklace.
This is so cool. Moreover, they both looked so gorgeous on red carpet.
Yes, they did. They did so chic. I'm not sure what he wore, what jewelry he wore, but he also looked very good.
What I can say, as a good husband, he was very much complimenting Priyanka.
She looked stunning. I love her. She's a beauty. She's stunning. She was perfection. For me, Rihanna and her were the top looks.
By the way, so we all were talking, so whole world is talking about what Isha Ambani wore. That royal necklace has a history in movies and in real. It is a big part of Indian heritage. But I love how, in very subtle way, Indian luxury clothing brand are making their own space in international world. Manish Malhotra is another designer, was as Manish Malhotra. He was himself wearing his own jewels and wardrobe. Sabyasachi as well. So it's my personal observation that Manish Malhotra is represented by Reliance Group, the lineage of Ambani family. And if you would notice that so many international luxury brand events are happening either at Ambani's or Ambani's are showing up in these events. And so she wore...
She wore an outfit by an Indian designer.
Yeah, Anamika Khanna.
Yes, and she wore that necklace is so cool. Like, I can't say it's even beautiful. It is so cool because the
500
story is
carats
so
something?
cool. Yeah, because it was created 3 times. So the first time it was created was by Cartier for a Maharaja, and then it was taken apart and sold individually, and then it was created again for Ocean's 8, and I believe Anne Hathaway was wearing it, but it wasn't real diamonds.
It was made out of moissanite.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's moissanite, but it's like some sort of artificial stone, and it's in a museum right now. Like if anyone wants to go see it, and then it was created for the Ambani family by Cartier again.
Talking about legacy necklaces, Diljit Dosanjh, he's only Indian Punjabi artist, musician. He writes his songs and he sings himself.
Amazing.
He's the only one to represent India in Coachella. So I'll give you a little background about him that he made this promise to himself and on camera so many times that he belongs to a turbaned community called Sikhism.
Okay.
And they are perceived as someone who cannot experiment much with fashion because they're supposed to have this turban on their
Yes.
head. They're supposed to sport a beard all the time. However, this man is taking Sikhism to international level and beyond, and he's creating history by making appearances in such kind of events in all his glory. So the look of what he recreated was criticized by few, but I would say that he did it just right. He not only represented his culture, he also showed to the world what real Sikh look like and to what extent they can go.
Yes.
So he not only sported best clothes, he sported best jewelry, and there he was. A whole world is talking about Diljit
Amazing.
Dosanjh.
Yes, yes, amazing.
Western world might find it overdressed, but dandyism was about representing your culture, how well you can represent your culture, and I think he just cracked it.
Yeah. It was amazing.
He was wearing a legacy Cartier necklace,
Yes.
which was supposed to be worn by him. However, he was denied that Cartier denied that we cannot give you the choker that he requested, which was actually worn by an American YouTuber
But
in
why?
last event.
But what's the reason?
So there's a history behind that as well. Not history because we can't call history what happened 2 years back. It was that time, I'm skipping the name of the celebrity. She was brand ambassador of Cartier at
Okay.
that time. She wore in Met Gala. The same choker was requested by Diljit, and for I don't know what reasons, Cartier never wanted to have him. However, he was having some other Cartier jewelry on him. I think his watch by Cartier, his rings by Cartier. Ultimately, an Indian brand based in Bombay called Golecha Jewelers did such an amazing job with his multi-layered necklace
Amazing.
and the choker. If not that necklace, he might have not looked that good in even Cartier necklace.
Exactly. So sometimes things do happen for a reason.
And I would highly recommend to do follow him for his stardom. He's a next big thing. He's
Yes.
making music with all the international musicians you can ever imagine, and he already did an album with Sia and so many other international artists.
Yeah, that's amazing. I believe the Met Gala sometimes draws the future of the fashion world or the
Yeah.
jewelry world. So I think what's going to happen now is that bold necklaces are so in, vintage inspired pieces. I think it was already starting to trend.
Yeah.
Intricate multi gemstones pieces. Gemstones were not on the market for so many years. I think now
Actually,
they're
no, it's
in
an
fashion.
avalanche. It's an avalanche of color stones that I'm
Yes.
seeing now. I
Yes.
totally believe that this kind of jewelry trend will follow now, and there would be many more. What I really loved, what De Beers did, what Natural Diamond Council
Yes.
did, and lately you'll see more and more presence on international level, and this level of celebrities would be actually representing natural diamonds. They're
Yes.
gonna big this year
Yes.
with all the advertisement.
So big, yes.
They want to bring back the moment of
Yes.
natural diamonds.
Yes, and I think next year is gonna. I think they're preparing for next year, anyways. That's gonna
They
be
are on it.
phenomenal.
All the conferences and internal communications that I had, they are on a journey, and things are. You would have seen so many ads,
Yes.
different kind of ads now, and. It's never ending conversation, Tamara. It felt like I
Yes.
sat in a coffee shop with you and
As
gossiped you
usual.
as a long lost friend, and it
I-
was more like
yes.
college catch up.
Yes. I just hope for one thing that by next year the Middle Eastern jewelers will be
Oh,
in with the Met Gala, within these celebrities. We have a huge jewelers here, huge. We should have a piece of the
manifesting
pie.
you there.
No, we need. I'm not talking about me here. No, I'm talking about big jewelers, big 20, 30 years on the market jewelers, 40 years.
Honestly, the definition of big has diminished over the time,
Yeah.
Whoever actually can do something outstanding and out of the world will get placed immediately. And honestly, the brands that are coming nowadays are actually doing far, far
You're
better from the
right.
traditional
Yes,
brands.
yes, yes. Because they're learning how to market and how to have their presence. You're correct.
They come with your homework done in the
Yes,
market.
yes, yes, yes. Yalla, we'll see what happens next year.
It was lovely having you on the
Thank you
podcast.
so
Thank you for your
much.
time.
Thank you.
So this was from our end. I do hope we kind of covered what we intended to say. There was a lot more to discuss. However, it can follow in the captions. We would be distributing this podcast across 7 channels. If you know, description is in the below. We want to hear from you that what you'd love to see in next episode. Do comment and tell us. We are there on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Do follow us. Till we meet again, thank you.